So, welcome to this first resource circle. I want to give a little bit context first before going into introductions and into into the matter. So, I wanted to create this resource circle because I was with a long time for this question of what is actually real and what is really coming from myself. What do I really want? And and I noticed how challenging it was for me to find answers to these questions, how I'm so much yeah imprinted by what I've learned in school and from other people, and what I've learned to behave, and what is right or wrong. So that that I'm so much orientated on towards the outside and constantly checking what are other people and comparing myself with others. So I for me it really came as a necessity to go with this question of how can I be the source of what I do. And this is alive for me. And since I'm walking with this question, there are so many things coming up. And also, as you already have some background in possibility management, many things that I've learned in the Expand the Box training, I can now see with this question in a in a different light, and go deeper into what it means to be a victim, what it means to take back my authority, what it means to have a certain identity, or what what creation actually means. And so I want to have this discovery team. I hope more people will join at one point. Have this discovery team to really go deeper into different topics that that come up for me in a new light right now, but also to learn how we can come more from our inside out, from what we really want, and thereby create this experience, this resource team ourselves in a way. And also seeing that everybody who is taking part is creating their own experience and is responsible for what is happening in the space in a way that is really serving them, so that this space is a practice space for everybody to practice, yeah, bringing what they want into the space, so that this can be easier in real life or outside of this circle. Yeah, and at the same time I wanted to be an empowerment team where we support each other to move through life, and to look at these challenges that we meet on the way in a different way, and actually use them for us to empower ourselves. So yeah, that is a bit my why. And also, so I intend to hold this circle weekly, as you already know, and for at least 1 year, as I'm taking part in the year-long spaceholder training from possibility management. And so this will also be my practice space where I bring everything that I learn there. Yeah. Yes. And one more thing I want to say is that an edge for me is really, how can I hold this space in a way that you have all the space to be a source while I'm actually being the source of this space, creating the space. So it's also about how much power and leadership is there in the space, like power dynamics. How much power do I have as a space holder? Or can it be really on eye level that everybody is empowering the others? So yeah, this is something I am also discovering and I want to be aware of while I'm holding this space. Yeah, and I don't have a structure. I have many ideas for how to shape this space, and I want it to be really emergent and sourced in the moment, so that there is also space for co-creation. And I really want to invite, whenever you have questions, whenever you have impulses, that you can bring them, to train this muscle of bringing impulses in the moment, which I'm smiling right now because this is also here in this community where I am. I'm practicing this muscle of bringing impulses in the moment, and I noticed that it's still quite challenging for me. Yeah, so this is the space, and then there is the Telegram group, and I really want to not only have these meetings but also having this team throughout the week, for sharing whenever anything comes up, for asking for support, for sharing practices and practicing together, and sharing resources. So that can be another tool that's part of this circle. Yeah, just wondering. Yeah, and also, as I have been holding space for EHPs, for emotional healing processes for you, I sense this is also something really important for becoming a source. At least it was really important for me the last months, when I started holding space for a community, and before had many EHPs to remove these layers that were in the way of me actually creating this that I wanted. So also the EHPs can be part of this teamwork. So continuing to holding space for each other, and maybe as you also want to practice that, this could also be a space for you to have some people in this team to hold space for. Yeah. Okay. Checking if I've said everything. Yeah. Yeah, and about possibility management, I just want to share that this is a big resource for me, this whole field and context of possibility management. And I also wanted to be open for other tools, for other frameworks and concepts and thoughtwares. So I will try to, especially when other people join who are not familiar with this context, I will try to speak in ways that are actually understandable for people outside of this bubble. And that is something that is also connecting for me with this question of what is real, to to find my own words, to find my own words about what I'm experiencing, and saying it in a way that is really understandable for other people and that creates more connection than separation because we're using different languages. Yeah, so far. And now what I want to invite you is to start by closing your eyes and just noticing yourself. Notice how you have come into this room. Which role did you take coming into this room? Yeah, sense your body, physical body. And I invite you to go back in time in your memory and to go to 2 hours before this meeting. In which way were you in a different role? Did you make yourself smaller or bigger coming into this space? And did you expect to come here to maybe just listen or to consume? Or did you expect to fix yourself here or get fixed? Did you expect to create? Did you expect to criticize or to collaborate? Did you expect to lead or to hold yourself back? To know what was happening or not to know? And whatever it is, notice what that does to you, to how big or small you are, your energetical body. Yeah, notice what self image you carry right now. By all of that, maybe you get a sense of the identity that you carry right now during this call. Well, at the same time, you can make a conscious choice of what identity you want to carry right now. And then you can open your eyes again. And with this sense of identity, share who you are now and what you just discovered about yourself.
I'm someone who likes to think about having a larger being, and um, but those questions you asked, um, I clearly came here to be fixed, um, for like a uh, some temporary relief of of um, kind of self persecuting, and um, mm, I'm I'm the kind of one who will also show up to criticize, even though I want to be fixed. And um, I'm like the one when you're rinsing the small beans in the kitchen before you cook the small beans. I'm the small bean that floats to the top of the water to be discarded before the beans are cooked. And then I'm also the one who says, no, I have so much to give, but I'm the one who says, but there's too many blocks. And then I go back to, but I want to know my being, because that will give me some temporary relief. So then I try to get that right. For a minute.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a lot about getting it right, getting it fixed. that I hear. Mm-hmm.
When you were doing your introduction, I had impulses to say things like, "Oh, I feel glad about that because," but I stopped the impulses even after you invited this to be an impulse sharing space, because now I've learned that I have this kind of gremlin and I don't know, and I'm I'm the kind that I don't know enough about my gremlin yet, so I better be quiet.
Hmm.
I better be careful with my impulses because I don't know enough yet about where the impulses come from, and I don't want to regret.
You don't want to regret bringing impulses because they might damage or be wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're noticing all these layers that are preventing you from actually bringing your impulses in the time that they arise.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of waiting for you to fix me,
Mm-hmm.
to guide me, to pivot me somewhere instead of where I am, because where I am is bad.
Yeah. And just notice here this that you're putting your attention, your your idea of how you can get fixed outside of you towards me, which might also be your center. So my impulse would be now to start with a centering practice for you to come back to yourself right now. Yeah. So just notice your physical body again. Sitting on this chair. Notice how you can get your energy that you just gave towards me. How you can get it back to yourself and to your physical center below your belly button. And when you put your energetical center there, and you are centered, you hold your power in your body, in your own gravity. What is happening for you right now? I see you moving your hands.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it right, and I'm thinking a little bit about school when I had a teacher. and how they didn't ever invite the closing eyes. Um,
Mhm. What does that mean to you?
I don't know. I'm just, I guess, doing a review of the times where I was invited to close eyes, like at the church. That was very much it were the teacher or the was leading to everyone close eyes. Um, so I'm just remembering that
Hmm.
that was close eyes and then listen to the words. Um, and this is I'm trying to figure out what this is. What I what do I want this to be?
Yeah.
I'm bringing my thoughts and my feelings, all of them, in in and down
Hmm.
to see if I could be here more with a sense of my thoughts and my feelings here.
Yeah. I just want to connect to what you shared about this closing your eyes again. So how I have the sense you really you got something from that when you were invited to close your eyes in church but not in school. What did that give to you?
Yeah, it took away the stimulation from the visuals, and it gave a simplicity to more of the auditory.
Yeah. Were you missing that in school?
Yeah, yeah. I like the break of the visual, and it does help me feel the sensations of the body quickly.
Hmm. Yes, and already that is a practice of coming back to yourself as well. The eyes are really dominant in looking outwards, orientating to
Mm-hmm.
towards other people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you close them, you can, as I hear it from you right now, you can still be really present with yourself, with what you perceive in your body and outside of your body.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really quick and accessible and easy way to center, also to get back to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very grateful right now for you bringing that, because I wasn't aware of this effect of closing eyes to coming back to my source before. Yeah, and also what you shared of even now trying to do it all right. I have the sense that closing eyes is so much easier than imagining every thought going to your center, even though this is also very powerful.
Yes.
But you can hardly do anything wrong closing your eyes, or at least it's very easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just do that for a few times right now to notice where your attention is, where your center is when you have your eyes open, and what happens when you close your eyes. And I invite you to name everything that comes up while you do that.
Things slow down for me when I close my eyes. I I can be with you without trying to help you feel successful. Um, maybe maybe you have to help me now that my eyes are closed, like I'm a blind person. I'm not sure what that is.
Mm.
I'm not sure. But when I opened my eyes, I was afraid that I had to help you to get a, a sense of success for this meeting.
Mm.
Um, that I need to answer some questions or get back to some of the topics you said. And then when I close, so that I like rescuing you, but then when I close my eyes, it's like we're walking slowly together. Maybe I'm remembering when I was walking with the blind person or when I was spending some time with the blind person, and it slowed things down for me, and I liked it a lot.
Mm.
But he didn't need my help because he had a seeing eye dog.
Okay. And still it slowed things down. Mm. Yeah, I also noticed that right now, whenever I close my eyes, I take a deep breath. And also has this quality of slowing down.
I can sense my heartbeat with the eyes closed.
And also thank you for naming that you want me to be successful with this meeting, and you want to answer the questions in the right way. Or so it for me, this meeting right now is also just to find out for ourselves where we are right now. What is all that conditioning that is happening inside of us without often noticing? So that's also where I want to really invite this slowing down, sometimes taking a meta perspective to to see how it works right now.
When
Rather,
I
Mhm.
when I open my eyes, I'm again like I come very strong into the mental body with what I should say for this rest of the time and to be beneficial. And then when I close my eyes, I feel afraid because am I just trying to escape my reality, like by closing my eyes?
Mhm. Feel afraid that you might just escape by closing your eyes.
Yeah, that would be bad if I'm just using closing eyes to escape my reality.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's also like, everything has these two sides, and also closing your eyes can support you to come closer to yourself, to slow down, and thereby actually get closer to reality again when thoughts are so wild and outside there is so much happening that at least I often lose myself. But it can also, yeah, have this function of bringing taking you out of reality, taking you away from what is actually happening. Yeah, and just to be aware of both of these things when you use this tool of simply closing your eyes. Yeah, and I want to invite right now again to what we just did, to center also in your physical center, to bring your energy there. And for a moment you can also close your eyes again for that. Dropping into your physical center again. Can also imagine a source there. You can imagine source of water bubbling in your physical center.
Hmm.
This is where your power comes from. And then with this intention of staying there, slowly open your eyes again. Keep part of your attention there and look around you in the room. Notice how you're still in your physical center. You can sense yourself, your body, while having your eyes open. Notice how the light is actually coming towards you, falling into your eyes. Don't have to do anything. Everything is landing in this heaviness of your physical center. And then close your eyes again for a moment. Check how much you are still there. And again, open your eyes. Now I invite you to also do some movements while sitting there. Move your body and keep a part of your attention, like 15%, on your physical center, keeping your energy there. I'm noticing how my head is really clear right now and free. Just exploring the presence.
Notice how the movements can be so small, but I'm aware of them very closely.
Also notice how sometimes when I look to you, then the intensity of feeling my center gets less and I'm more in the space with you. Also notice some fear in my body, in my system. And then bringing it back. Also, what happens when you look around in the room or on your screen and you read something?
Mm, then the mental body keeps doing more words and more words after I start reading something.
Mm-hmm. It continues to think about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happens to your center?
It goes out.
So, which way works for you right now to bring it back? You can just experiment with that for a few more minutes. I invite you to start speaking whenever you discover something.
I was on a fishing pier recently with fishing people, and they had their lines against the wall so they could walk away. And this was like when I give my center to something, then that's like walking away from the fishing line. And then someone will say like, hey, 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 you're getting a bite. Or, and then they run back to the fishing pole and steady it, and maybe they check if they're catching a fish. And when I keep my attention on the, when I keep coming back to remember my attention on the fishing line, that's like my center is the fishing line. And the and when I want to be attentive to my experience, I just can go back to the fishing line and just touch it again, like claim it, like this is mine. And that's that's a nice visual for me to discover this of the fishing line.
Wow. Yes. So the fishing line is where your center is, or where your physical center is, and you can go
Uh,
away and come back.
yeah, when I go away, that's like when I read the word and then my center was something became shaky, or uh, the pole might go in the water, like if the fisherman is not there to hold it steady.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be like really giving my center.
Oh wow.
And like a, yeah, and there's different degrees of giving the center, like when the line is just wiggling a little bit, you know. But I like the choice to come and claim the line again, like claiming my position as the holder of this center. Yeah.
Yeah, and the pole is also something so straight, and if it's tipping over, it's like completely losing yourself. Hmm. Right now, I'm noticing I can listen to you while still feeling myself. So I'm still having my pole standing, and from time to time, it's a bit like the line is maybe moving a bit. Hmm. And what I also noticed while putting my attention to reading words or something, that really this breathing out gives me this sensation at my physical center, this movement of my belly moving, this sensation of my belly moving. And that, yeah, makes it so much easier for me to get back to this place, go down out of my head again.
I appreciate that you gave the words about the moving water, something like the bubbling water down in the belly
Mm,
area.
yeah.
Yeah, I like to play with that. You know, it was like, oh, okay, maybe like a spring, bubbling spring, and then it was like dark and like more bubbly, like hot lava bubbling.
Hmm.
Playing with the different kinds of bubbling that could be in me down there.
Yes. Go. You're making it your own right now, your own creation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and from this place, now you can also create your grounding cord from this place of this source of the bubbly water. Drop this strong connection to Gaia. Can use your clicker for that. And I have this image right now of the water also connecting me with Gaia, flowing up and down this grounding cord. Connecting me to the core of the earth, where there might also be bubbling lava.
I'm feeling joy about the bubbling because it's like when I had the chocolate milk when I was a child, and when I had the straw, and I learned to blow through the straw and make the bubbles on purpose, just for fun. And then the plumber, the adult plumber, who knows how to come and fix the clogged drain. And there's a joy with removing a block, knowing how to do it, showing up, doing it. I want this job.
Hmm. You want this job. What
Yeah, yeah.
what do you want about this job? How do you want it?
I I want to have. I want to. I want to remove the blocks and make the bubbles happen again. I want to blow the bubble, keep the bubbles happening.
Which bubbles do you want to keep bubbling?
Uh, I don't know because I'm afraid I have to have a right answer.
Hmm. Yeah, and just honor this right now, this part of you saying, I need to have the right answer.
Yeah, yeah. I'm an adult, and the adults are supposed to have. We're supposed to work with poop and plumbing, and the children can work with chocolate milk.
Is that true? Is that true for you, for your being? What does your being want?
I don't know because I feel afraid that I don't know what my being wants.
Mhm. So let's just drop back to the center. The head doesn't know. And if the head tries to know, then there is not much space for the being to speak. And the head is quite fast,
Mm-hmm.
and the being is often very subtle
Mm.
and quiet, and it is there.
Mm.
Sometimes hard to notice in the fastness of our lives. So again, just slow down here. Again, notice this bubbling in your center, this bubbling in the earth, and the connection between both. And what if nothing needs to happen right now? What if you don't need to find any more words?
Mm.
Everything that is needed is already there. And what if you were in a vacuum? Only you, and you could create everything that you wanted, but only from your own center, because there's no one who tells you what to do. And imagine how even this space could possibly be 1.5 hours of silence. Nothing needs to happen. And yet everything can happen. And every bubble that wants to come up is allowed to come up on the surface.
Mm.
Yes. Any possible way that no one yet thought about.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Whoa! Whoa, Whoa. Whoa. Ah. Whoa. Let's keep making sounds that want to bubble. Whoa. Ah. Ah. Oh. Wow. Wow. Whoa. 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 Ah. Arr. Arr. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Oh, wow. And next level, I invite you to open your eyes and stay in connection with me while still letting it bubble from your center with these sounds. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Wow. Wow. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Wow. Whoa. Wow. 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 Stay in your own center. Let it bubble. Whoa. 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 And now say what you did tomorrow for lunch.
What I did tomorrow for lunch. I skipped lunch and I ate a flower.
And notice what happens. Are you still in your center when you answer this question?
No.
Hmm. And what helps you to come back?
Just the invitation of noticing.
Hmm. And this invitation came from me. Now I invite you to find a way how you can invite yourself when I'm not there.
It's just I can invite myself with a gentle close of eye for a moment and a hand on the lower belly where the bubbles are.
Hmm. Yes. I will keep exploring, just using this deep breath out to land in my center. And also imagining this well, this source in my center, to have this sense of there is my power coming from.
So I will ask you a question now.
Yes.
What tell me what couple of things have you been considering starting that are new for you?
Hmm. Yeah, I tried to keep my center while you asked, well, I first thought about, but once I really think about it, what have I considered starting new? Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Ah. Hmm. I'm considering starting new right now to take a walk every day and move with this connection to my center, to my belly, to my body. And I consider, what I also consider new is to speak from the unknown. And it just comes, oh yeah, this connection of I cannot really be so much um like in my mind, thinking, being with my center there, but I can still speak and express myself while being centered when I'm more speaking, letting speaking happen. And right now I'm also having one hand on my lower belly and being there while speaking, and not really thinking about what I'm gonna speak so much. Like some, there is some thinking happening so I can speak, but I can still be in my body, and I'm just exploring that. how, without thinking about myself and about what I've said, and just letting it come out, I can be here with myself.
I'll ask you another question. Have you heard something specific about changes in the US because of what our president is up to?
No, I haven't followed the news for a while. Yeah, there was a jump in my center, definitely. and and because I could quickly go to this with this no, I could still keep this pole of my fishing equipment standing, but it was definitely moving. What do you plan to do in your next holidays?
Um, I plan to just notice the things at the store that my consumer society puts for holidays, like the Easter eggs, the chocolate rabbits, the Easter baskets. I'm just planning to notice those things at the store.
What was happening with your center?
Just a little wobble of, you know, how evaluation, like, how did I do with that? Did I give a good answer?
So the wobbling was actually coming from thinking about how I perceive it, and
Yeah.
it was good. Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Wow. Thank you. That gives me more clarity right now of what is actually causing my center to move away. It's not the speaking itself. It's
Mm.
more thinking about how it's taken, what it might cause.
Hmm.
Mm.
My partner and I were doing a game where we draw a line that from a dot means now, and the line goes to a dot means a year from now, and then we mark on this line linear map things we know will happen, like the birthday, the holiday, and then we mark things we want to happen. We want to make another mark here for things we want. Then something unexpected, just maybe one mark for this, a little circle. Then two marks for supportive experiences that we want. Two of them, choose where to put them, and then we can write if they're specific or not. And doing this game, I lost my center all the way when it got more specific and more specific. The more specific it got, the more I lost my center, because I'm talking about the future and what I want to do in it. And I don't understand this game. And she really likes this game, and I don't really understand it. So I was trying a new game, and I really lost my center. So right before this call, we were doing that, and I feel glad now that I have my center again. So even now that I'm talking about it, I still have my center while I'm talking about it.
Go.
But it was like, so now I, I will, I will be able to look what caused me to actually lose so much of my center. Was it the specific ideas of what I will be doing in the year? Or I think it was the pressure that I put on myself about the ideas, that I feel afraid because now I might expect myself to do something specific. Yeah. Anyway, mm,
What are you feeling now?
I feel afraid because maybe the time is to end, to close.
10 more minutes.
Yeah.
And what are you feeling now?
Yeah, I feel afraid because the things you told me that you want to do that are new, and the things that I didn't tell you that are on my map that I was thinking about before I met you on this call. They're very kind of specific things, like go back to college, this kind of thing, you know. Yeah. And there's a lot of fear for me in these ideas. Um, when the strong fear comes up, is it telling me that I'm losing my center to this idea that I'm of something I must do, something I think I must do, or something I think I must consider?
Will you check?
Yes, the fear is about when the idea comes, what I do with the idea is I tell myself I must consider this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I want to tell myself that I must consider this.
Yeah, what I'm sensing right now while you say that is I must consider this. It's like fixing a part of your being somewhere. So you have to keep this in mind, and it's a bit rigid and it's fixed at one point, and so this part of you cannot flow with the moment. And I have the sense right now this having something fixed is also at least bringing me out of center. or it's keeping a part of my energetical body in this fixed idea of how it should be, how it has to.
Yeah. Yes. So the question is, how can I step into action, a new action about something, without giving my center and hooking to an idea about what I should do, what I should consider, like without it was like a hook, like my fishing line. Part of my energy center went and hooked onto this. I need to consider this, and then I didn't have the flow anymore. So how can I still consider things, or be aware of what I want, without losing the flow of my energy?
Will you take this as a quest ion, as a research question until our next meeting?
Yeah.
Do you know the term quest ion? It's like question. The last part is an ion, and ions are these, they have a charge, these tiny things that are either plus or minus pole. And so they attract certain things. So this quest ion, it's a quest that you have. And by carrying this quest, you become this ion that attracts certain answers
Oh yeah.
to your quest. So you can, what I sometimes do is I write it on the back of my hand when I have a question like that. And then I I just move through life and I see and write down all the answers that life brings me. So if you want, you can try that out.
Okay.
Will you say again what your quest ion is?
Yeah. Yeah, my question, how can I sense the next thing for me, without losing my energy center, without giving my energy, without giving a part of the flow of my energy center to a specific thing that I considering?
Mm-hmm.
How can I keep my full energetic self flowing and still be aware of, and still be awake and alive to what needs to happen to move me to something?
Yeah. Yeah, I get a better sense of it now. what I understand is also this: there are so many things that just need to be considered, that you might need to have in mind. And still, how can you be in flow with them?
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
So, with that, this space is slowly coming to a close. And just, is there anything else for you right now that you want to speak into the space? Anything that feels still stuck in the system somewhere, it wants to flow?
The movements will be helpful for me. Hmm.
Hmm.
For my quest iron.
The movements will be helpful for your quest, Ian.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Feel really, really glad and grateful for this space, for this relaxed and free and playful exploration space together. And yeah, feel free also to use the Telegram group in case you want to already share something about your quest, Ian, or want support during the week. Yeah.
Okay. You too. You too.
Yes. And I will definitely keep practicing being centered. Yeah. So then see you next week, and maybe also for an EHP if you want. And yeah.
I want I want on Tuesday if you can.
Yes.
I can text you.
Yeah, let's text again about it. I will check again with the community here. And I would love to hold space for you then.
Okay.
Great. So have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Ursula.
Bye.